The 2014 to 2021 Toyota Tundra is a fantastic truck in many ways, even in comparison to many more modern competitors, but there are some downsides that you should carefully consider before purchasing. These cons might lead you to purchase another full-size truck and avoid the Tundra entirely. Let's discuss the major downsides of the Tundra, and you can decide if it's still worth buying or if you should explore other options from Ram, Ford, GM, or Nissan. The last downside of owning this truck will definitely surprise you. Handling is not the strong suit for the Tundra, and this can make a huge difference in how enjoyable it is to drive. Instead of having more car-like characteristics, this truck has a significant amount of body roll when cornering at lower speeds. The handling is fine on the highway, but when turning at intersections or into parking lots, you're really going to notice how heavy, large, and outdated the Tundra is when compared to other trucks like the F-150. Some people don't mind the fact that it handles like an old-school truck, and they might actually prefer it, but when you're commuting, doing a lot of driving around town, and parking, it can be cumbersome and fatiguing to drive. The styling of the Tundra is outdated and has been for quite a long time, since it last received a significant update in 2014. The headlights were refreshed, and they have a nice daytime running light, but the taillights are very old-looking with a light red color and no LED option. Rounded body lines more closely resemble the 2007 to 2013 model and aren't as modern as the clean lines of the competition. Inside, the interior looks okay but never had a premium feel even when it was just updated. All interior lights are old, yellow incandescents, and there's a lot of hard plastic that scratches very easily. The trim has a cheap painted plastic look, and the colors all blend together, and the dashboard and door panels don't have a premium look. Where you rest your arms is hard and could use more padding to make it more comfortable on long trips. It's not a bad design for an entry-level model or the SR5, but it would be nice to at least have a better interior available on the 1794 and Platinum. The head unit works well, and it was upgraded in 2020 to an 8-inch screen on most models instead of the 7-inch screen that came on most models prior, but is still pretty small in today's standards. If you like to use a split screen with music on one side and navigation on the other side, each portion is going to be extremely small and the navigation will be very difficult to use. The backup camera is helpful, but could be much better quality, and it would probably be better if it were viewed on a larger screen. A 360 camera makes a huge difference on large vehicles, and it makes it much easier to park perfectly between the lines every time, so it would be nice if that was at least offered on any model before 2022. This is a feature that's been available in other Toyota products like the Highlander for years, so it doesn't make sense that it hasn't been available until 2022. Unfortunately, while the 2018 and later Tundra comes standard with pretty much every safety feature available, the lane departure alert is almost unusable. Instead of a slight steering wheel vibration or a vibration in the seat, all you get when you drift over the line is a very loud, high-pitched beeping. Not only can this be difficult for some drivers to hear when they're on the highway, it ends up startling any passengers to the point of them wondering what's going on as if the vehicle is malfunctioning. Because of this, almost every single driver is just going to disable it and never use it again. The stereo in the lower trims is very low quality, making it difficult to hear clear audio, and the upgraded JBL system on this model isn't the greatest either. The sound is very tinny, as if the treble is all the way up, which should be improved if Toyota expects buyers to cross-shop the Tundra with nice SUVs like buyers do with other truck brands. The JBL doesn't even come close to the same quality of the base model stereo in a Lexus, for example. In my opinion, the premium stereo available in the Tundra should be comparable to the base model stereo in a Lexus SUV. Prior to 2014, every Tundra had a driver and passenger side grab handle to aid in getting in and out of the vehicle. When the Tundra was redesigned in 2014, Toyota removed the grab handle on the driver's side reportedly due to safety reasons pertaining to airbag deployment. The lack of a handle makes it more difficult to get into the truck, especially for shorter drivers, and results in sliding across the side bolster of the seat, accelerating upholstery wear and causing the foam to become depressed. Whether or not you have running boards, the grab handle was very handy once you became accustomed to using it every single time. There is an aftermarket grab handle available for those that want to shell out the extra money and add it themselves. The back seat is excellent with the CrewMax configuration in terms of space, but one oversight is a lack of power outlets. Many passengers are either going to want to charge their phone or tablets on long road trips, but in order to do so, you'll need to run a cord to the front. This isn't a deal breaker, but again, many buyers cross-shop full-size trucks with SUVs, and this can be a big inconvenience for owners who have kids or frequently carry passengers. It's funny that even on a top-of-the-line 2021 Tundra, there are no outlets in the huge rear seat. A heated steering wheel has never been available on the Tundra until 2022. This is one of the best features if you live in a cold climate. These people know how cold a steering wheel can be when the vehicle has been parked outside in frigid temperatures, and it takes an extremely long time to heat up without a heated feature. A heated steering wheel is a feature that has been available in other Toyota products for a long time, and it should at least have been an option for all of these years in the Tundra. There are many truck owners in particular who would want their steering wheel to warm up instead of remaining a bone-chilling temperature for their entire drive. Everyone likes to complain about the gas mileage in the Tundra, as if it's substantially worse than every other full-size truck during real-world driving. The EPA estimates of 13 city and 18 highway can scare people into purchasing another truck brand for the hope of achieving better figures. Better gas mileage might be possible with turbo engines, but take the MPG ratings with a grain of salt instead of assuming you'll be able to get the EPA estimates. When you own the truck for a little bit of time and have experience with various driving conditions, you might realize that even though the ratings are drastically different, your actual mileage isn't. Take a look at what owners who upgraded from their V8 Tundra to the turbo V6 Tundra have to say before factoring in improved gas mileage to your decision. Many people find there to be a lack of storage due to the fact that there's no storage under the rear seat. Instead of having divided compartments, there's just a flat floor when you flip the seat up. The center console has a lot of space, but there's no organizer or compartments. If you want to store any smaller tools, tow straps, jumper cables, or anything like that, you're going to either let them slide around in the bed or let them float around in the back seat. The Platinum trim has some very comfortable seats wrapped in a premium perforated leather, but not all trim levels will be this comfortable. All lower trim levels from the SR to the Limited have a stiff foam that can be very hard and uncomfortable to sit on. This is even more pronounced if you have the stiff leather that comes in the Limited that provides little to no cushion. The cloth on the entry-level trims helps add a little bit of padding, so it should be slightly more comfortable, but you shouldn't have to get the Platinum or 1794 to get comfortable foam in your seats. Lastly, one of the biggest cons of owning the Toyota Tundra might make you not want to buy one at all, and that's that the truck takes forever to wear out. Even when you use it hard every day for work, towing and hauling for years, it drives nearly the same as it did when it was brand new. In typical Toyota fashion, the engine will run like new even after many years of hard use. The transmission will still shift smoothly and reliably with no unusual behavior. The suspension will become a little tired after many years of potholes, but shouldn't require many repairs. Since it takes forever to get worn out and tired, you're not going to be motivated to buy a newer, more exciting truck with a new car smell and more bells and whistles. Sticker prices for the top trim Tundras are very reasonable when compared to top tiers from the other brands, so these downsides aren't surprising. However, when you're comparing the truck to others in its class and even SUVs, there are some downsides to this generation, and most of them have been resolved for the 2022. Overall, this is an excellent vehicle to own, and the few negatives are very small.